Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back once again on the Unity server, ready for another episode today. Last episode, we gathered a few resources and just got enough to get started, but we need to get some more. And my goal for today is to start a community mine, because I talked to a few of the other guys, and they said, yeah, that'd be a great idea. Why don't you go ahead and take care of that? So I'm going to set up a branch mine for everybody, and hopefully we'll get enough resources to maybe craft ourselves a full set of armor, because we don't have much. So we're going to get some armor, we're going to get some resources, we'll hopefully get a bed today, and that is my goal for this episode. Let's get rolling. One of the most frustrating parts about starting out in a brand new world is you don't have enough food. You're basically always on the verge of starving to death, and that is the challenge of starting up a new survival world, and, you know, it makes it kind of fun. It gets a little redundant as far as the survival aspect of a survival world goes once you have, 35,000 stacks of fish and whatever else you can think of, which is basically where I'm at on my single-player world right now. I've got so much food and so many resources that I'm not going to run out for a very long time, which I'm okay with that because my main focus on that world is to do building and such. So, here we are. In a brand new world, second episode with basically no resources. So we're gonna gather some food from this village here. We've got some wheat and we've got some potatoes, and I hope to do a little bit of fishing a little bit later today off camera because that is also a good source of food and a good source of some enchanted books. You might be able to find some ink sacs or pufferfish or some things that might be useful a little bit later on in the game. But it's a good source of food that doesn't use any of your hunger while you're fishing. That is a great feature in the game, that fishing does not cause you to lose hunger. So I probably won't do that during this episode. We did a little bit last time, but we'll do it off camera. I'm going to go ahead and gather a little bit more wood, and then we'll move on to the next thing. And now we run around the field trying to find sheep anywhere we can look because we need wool. Because we need a bed. We don't have a bed yet, and truth be told, I've been borrowing a couple of the other players while they're not online, while nobody else is online right now. When it's dark, I need to sleep, but I need my own bed, so let's try to find a sheep. Well, hello there. Thank you very much. I'll take that, and I'll take some mutton as well, because I need as much food as I can get. All right, I've already got one piece of white wool and one piece of gray wool in my inventory, and we'll go ahead and craft ourselves a bed. Hello, bed? Where are you? Oh, yes, that's right. As of the 1.1 update, once they released colored beds, you have to have all the same color wool. So we're still in the predicament we're in. We have not enough wool to make a bed. We have 2 pieces of white wool. I'm going to search around for a little bit, and hopefully I can find one. If not, that's okay. We'll figure it out later. Man, I wish I had a saddle, too. That horse looks pretty nice. I know a lot of the other guys on here have horses already and saddles, and they're so much farther ahead than I am, but that's okay. We're going to catch up. We're going to get, hopefully, a good amount of resources today, and that'll hopefully get us on the course to catching up on this server. Well, no luck finding another sheep, so I went ahead and started carving out a little bit of the side of this hill next to the little area that I'm going to start building my house, but this is not going to be my house. We're not going to build my house today. That's probably going to be in the next episode because we don't really have enough resources to make a decent starter house. And, AGHQ built a dirt house to start with and then upgraded from there. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to try to avoid the dirt house and go straight to a starter house that we'll keep for a while. And then maybe we'll branch out into another location at some point. But what we are doing right here is building the entrance to our branch mine. Now, because I don't have any resources, because this is a brand new world, it's not going to look incredibly pretty. It's just going to be enough to say, hey, here's something. It's not just a cave. It's not just a hole in the side of a mountain. It's a mine. Come over here, check it out. Go and mine stuff. gather your resources, collect your loot. This is where you do it. So let me set this up real quick, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, so I've got some slabs and stairs, and we're gonna try to make this thing look slightly different than... Oh, nope, I don't like that at all. We're gonna make this try to look slightly different than the entrance to the mine in my single-player world. If you've seen that series at all, it's very similar, but it's using spruce, and we're going to make this as different as possible, because I don't want to build the same exact things, the same exact style on two different worlds. That just doesn't make for very interesting content. You guys want to see something different on here. That's why it's a different series. So I asked for suggestions last episode on what you guys would like to see from this series as far as a base goes, and I got several really good suggestions. That doesn't look right. Why is that? Oh, I didn't carve out the left side. I got several different types of suggestions that I thought were interesting, and I'm not sure which one I will choose yet, if any of them, but I got anything from build an underground base to build a base up in the air to build, you know, anything like that. Okay, that's not looking too bad. I'm going to take these out, though, and I think that's the way we'll leave it, just for now. But yeah, anything from an underground base to a flying base. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. We'll keep that. I'm not sold completely on either of those ideas yet. I'm not against them either. I just haven't had really time to think about it yet. So if you have any other suggestions on what you'd like to see in this series, what kind of base you'd like me to build, as soon as I get my starter house done, we can start, you know, thinking about that. Let me know. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dig down, and every third block, so 2 full blocks, and then the third one, we're going to take that out, just like that, and put a torch down, and then we'll do it again. We'll dig down 3 more blocks, and then take that one out. 1, 2, oh, nope, that was not the right one. We'll take that one out, and then we'll replace that with dirt and put a torch on top of that. Basically, this is just to light the way, so it's not a pitch black drop when, you know, you're going down, or a pitch black ladder when you're climbing back up. It's nice to be able to see where you're going. So what we're doing here is we are digging straight down, and this is rule number 1 that you should never break in Minecraft, but I'm doing it anyway. I did it in my single player world, and I'm doing it here. There's probably a better way to do this, but it's the way that I know and the way that has worked for me in the past. Hopefully I don't land in lava, but if I do, I don't really have anything yet. So we're digging straight down, and we're going all the way down to bedrock. And as soon as we hit bedrock, we are going to pillar back up to level 12, where we will start our branch mine. Well, we're not even all the way to the bottom yet, and we've already found some resources, which I expected would happen, and I'm happy that it did. We found some coal and some iron, and that iron's going to help us out because we used all of the iron we had last time to make a chest plate, and what we need for the bottom of the little drop shaft is some water, and the only way to get it there is with a bucket, and the only way to get a bucket is, you guessed it, with iron. So we have some iron now. We can make a bucket. Then we can take it all the way down and dump the water, and that way we won't take any fall damage when we land 12 blocks above bedrock. Let's keep carving out these resources, and then we'll fill it back in just so, you know, there's not a massive hole right next to the area we're going to drop down, and then we'll keep going. We have made it successfully to 12 blocks above bedrock, and there's our ladder to get out, and here is the section we're going to put water to drop down. And this is where we're going to start our branch mine. Now, what I like to do when I make a branch mine is I like to make a branch on the left and a branch on the right. Sorry, I can't talk. And let's go ahead and put some torches down so that, you know, we don't spawn any mobs down here. So there's one branch, and then we'll carve forward again. And basically what we'll do is we'll have a 2-block gap in between each branch. And that way we're guaranteed, you know, not to miss any resources. Some people would argue you could safely go 3 blocks apart and pretty much not miss any resources, but I'd rather not take that risk. I'd rather just go 2 blocks, and if there's any overlap, there's some overlap, but that's okay. So we're going to finish carving this out, and it looks like my pickaxe is about to break, so hopefully we can at least get one more branch on each side done before our pickaxe breaks, but we'll see. And there we go. Oh, okay. Well, it's not quite finished, and I don't have any more pickaxes. We're going to go back up top. Be right back. Okay, I got some more pickaxes, and look at that. Not too bad. We got quite a few branches just to get everybody started. Anybody is welcome to use this branch mine. It's not a personal mine by any means, but it's the one I will be using whenever I go mining. There is a difference between mining and caving, and I've seen people do different things. Some people have a preference to go caving because it's a little bit more, adventurous than branch mining. Branch mining is very monotonous and repetitive. And so if, you don't like the repetitive nature of branch mining, then caving is probably more your speed. But for me, I'm okay with it because I can get just as many resources, if not more. I'm not a super great caver. I know where to look. I just get lost easily, and so I hesitate to go in different directions. All right, so we got some more torches, and we've got extra coal left over, and what we're doing now is, remember that bucket I told you about earlier that we needed? We are getting our iron all smelted so we can craft up a bucket and fill it with water. All right, just waiting on this last piece of iron here. There we go. And we'll craft up our bucket. There we go. So now we just need to find some water. There's a massive waterfall there, but right there. I'll take it out of my own supply. I forgot that was there. I'm still new to this world. I don't know where everything is, and I get lost easily, so I haven't ventured too far away yet, but it's something I hope to do sometime in the near future. And we're just going to dig all the way down here, and I know that we're not going to hit lava because we didn't on the other side, and unless there's lava one block away that I just barely missed, then we should be good. So let's go on down. Shouldn't be much farther, I hope. And almost there. Oh, some dirt. Get our shovel out. Should just be a couple more blocks. Come on. There we go. There we go. Finally reached the bottom. All right, we'll put some water there to start with, and then I need to go get some more. Our water is in place, and not only does it serve as a cushion to our landing, but it is also an infinite water source, as you can see. It's always a good idea to bring water with you when you go mining. In case you encounter that pesky lava, you can drop a water bucket, and it'll turn into obsidian. That's the word I was trying to think of. It'll just take care of that lava and get it out of your way. So if you have a bucket and you forgot to fill it with water, there's a source of water down here in the branch mine right at the beginning. So let's test this out, make sure we don't die when we go down. All right, Geronimo. Perfect. No fall damage, no death. We are perfectly fine and ready to go mining. Well, let's do exactly that. It's time to go mining. Let's go to the left. Let's go this way. So while we are going down this branch, here's something I wanted to talk about. This series, Unity SMP, is a multiplayer server where we can do stuff together. We play on the same world, we can help each other out, we can do collaborations, we can do builds together, or we can do, our own thing here and there, which, I plan to do. All right, we've already found some redstone, but I can't get it yet. I need an iron pick. We can do anything we want to do on this server, and I plan to build, my own personal area, as does everybody else. But something you guys requested in the comment section from the last video is that I do collaborations with some of the other people on this realm. Now, that is something I absolutely want to do and plan to do in the future, but there is something preventing me from being able to do that at the moment. My computer. It is having some problems. And now, the way that I've got it set up, it works perfectly fine for me to do single-player stuff and record my own audio and all of that stuff. When it comes to recording the other player's audio or being able to record at the same time to where, you know, I'll be able to collaborate with them and talk with them and capture the audio while I'm playing with them and all of that, if that makes any sense at all. My computer's not really working very well for that right now, and so I've got a couple ideas in mind on how I can fix that, but it may take a little bit of time. So, bear with me. I absolutely want to do collaborations, and at the very least, I'm going to try to do some stuff with the other YouTubers on here, even if it's not, you know, voice recorded. If we can just do some stuff together, like do some builds together or, you know, whatever. I'm not sure what that would look like just yet, but until I can get my audio issues fixed, it may be a little bit of time before I can do a true collaboration. So those are coming. I absolutely want to do that and will do that at some point. But bear with me while I try to figure out my technical issues. Can I get this coal with a stone pickaxe? No. No, I can't. Did I call that coal? I meant gold. I don't know what I said. It's kind of late. All right, well, let's go this direction. We'll keep mining. You know what? I changed my mind. I actually went back up top to get an iron pickaxe so I could get this right here because I don't want to just leave that sitting there. I'm going to need that later. I don't claim to be a redstone expert by any means. I know enough to get by. I've made some, you know, interesting redstone stuff in my single player series, and I know generally how it works. But, you know, I'm not an expert at it. It's something I want to get better at, and so we'll gather that redstone resource so that we can actually use it. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how redstone works on... Look, more coal. Awesome. It's going to be interesting to see how redstone works on a realm, at least for the time being, because as far as I understand and as far as I have seen so far, there is a lot of lag. And so... things like auto-sorting systems and, you know, piston doors and auto farms and things like that that I want to do in my single-player world, I'm not sure if we'll be able to do all of that here because if it's already this laggy just from playing on it, adding intense redstone contraptions into a realm just seems like a terrible idea. So we're going to wait and see. I've heard that they are trying to fix some of this issue in... Oh, sweet, more iron. They're trying to fix some of this issue in the 1.2 update, but that's still a little ways off. So we'll see how things progress as time goes on. Well, we are still traveling down the branch mine and finding... Oh, yes! Look at that! Oh, we found our first diamonds on the realm. Oh, I'm so excited. Please let it be more than 2 diamonds. Oh, what do we have? Oh, look, lapis too. That's awesome. We're going to need that for enchanting a little bit later. Okay, good. There's more than 2 diamonds. How many are there? Is there more back there? Oh, man, I think it's only 4. That's okay. 4 diamonds is better than no diamonds, and... we're going to carve all of this out, and if you don't know why I'm doing this, let me explain. Because we are so close to bedrock, around level 10, that is where the most, you know, saturated places of lava exist. And so we don't want to risk at all that any of our diamonds, or any of that lapis for that matter, because that's an important resource at this point, but we don't want any of our diamonds to fall into lava, so we're going to dig around it and make sure that that doesn't happen. So let's just keep carving this out a little bit and make sure that there's no lava pools around. It doesn't appear like there are any. We'll light this up so no mobs can spawn in here. All right, let's take a screenshot for the Twitter, shall we? All right, here we go. Yes, 4 diamonds. You know, I suppose I probably should have carved underneath it too. I normally do that. I don't know why I didn't do that just now. Oh well, no lava, thankfully, and we've got 4 diamonds and a bunch of lapis. Oh, this is awesome. Let's keep going. Well, our last stone pickaxe is on its last leg and probably about to break. I cannot wait until we have enchanted diamond pickaxes. I always carry with me a Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4. I need to get Efficiency 5 on my single player world, but I always carry that with me everywhere I go. And once in a while, oh, there it goes, it's broken. Once in a while, I'll carry my fortune pick with me, but normally I use a silk pick. I just like having stone rather than cobblestone. So we're done mining for now. Let's go back up top. All right, you ready to see what we got on our first mining trip together? Let's take a look. 4 diamonds, over a stack of coal, over a stack of redstone, just over a stack of lapis, and 38 iron. That is a great start, let me tell you. Oh, that feels nice to have a few resources and not be completely broke. So let's craft up another set of double chests here. There we go. 1, 2. And what we're going to do now is get a little bit organized because I do not like to be cluttered. I do not like to be disorganized. And we're going to start being organized from the beginning of this series and try to throw just like our stone resources or dirt or stuff in here. And then the chest that we have all of our loot in, that will stay a loot chest with diamonds and coal and iron and all of that stuff. And we'll stay organized until we can get, you know, a storage room, which is way down the road. But yeah, not a bad start. We've got our 38 iron smelting in the furnace, and the other thing I like to do is to put all of my blockable, I don't know if that's a word or not, my blockable resources into block form. Just saves a lot on storage, and you can easily convert them back into the actual ores themselves at any point that you need to, but it just helps me to stay organized and to store a lot more resources in a lot smaller space. So I usually do that and then spread them across just like that. I'm not sure if you can do that on the Pocket GUI or not, but this is the classic GUI. You can change that in your video preferences. It is not an add-on. I've had a question about that before. It is built into the game. You can do classic crafting and have the classic interface. It is not an add-on. So yeah, I really like that. So I'm going to craft up a couple of iron tools and then we'll move on. Well, the sun is going down and I think xDarkAbsolute is online right now. Let me take care of this sheep because that means we can get a bed. Okay, he says he's good. He does not need to sleep. That's too bad. I wish I could sleep. I still don't feel comfortable with all of these mobs running around. Oh, look, a donkey. That's nice. Okay, so let's get our wool. Let's get our bed. And we need some planks. Spread those across. And we need our wool, and we have a white bed. Not a huge fan of the white bed. I wish I had some dye so I could make it, you know, blue like in my single player world. I love the blue bed. But I guess this will do for now. Well, we have enough iron to craft up the remaining pieces of our armor. We need some boots, so let's take care of that. And we need some pants. Well, leggings, I guess they're called. And we also need a helmet. We got one off of a zombie, but we want a brand new one because that one was pretty damaged. So now we have a full set of iron armor. Perfect. We have accomplished every single goal that I set out to make today. We have a bed, we have some valuable resources, and we have a full set of iron armor with some iron tools. We are not doing too bad for ourselves in episode 2. Off to a great start. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Unity SMP. We made a lot of progress today. We have plenty of resources to get us started. We have a branch mine that we and everyone else can use on the server. And my plan for the next episode is to build a starter house. We need a place to stay that is not on the grass, that is not in the open air, because there are a lot of scary things running around here. So we are going to build our first starter house on this server, and then we will see where that takes us from there. If this is the first time you're watching a video on my channel, please subscribe at this moment. I would really appreciate it. And I've got a lot of really great videos. I've got a single-player series that I've been working on for several months now, and we just started this series, so feel free to check out my other videos as well. Be sure to let me know in the comments section what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you'd like to see in the future on this channel, and I'd be happy to see and read as many of those comments as I possibly can. I can't guarantee at this point that I'm going to reply to all of them because some things have changed within the last week, and it's getting a little bit more difficult to reply to every comment, but I do read every comment, so please leave them. I really appreciate it. It's helpful to me. It's helpful to my channel. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.